That would indeed be the case, Pepe laugh. I can definitely see how frustrating this is, Peepo giggle. It must be since we are taking action on your account for it. I am unable to give any direct information about the violation. You're banned, but we're not going to tell you why. How you fix it, how you correct your mistake, that's up to you. You'll figure it out. You're a tough guy. This is so fucking bullshit. Let's talk about the new TOS. In response to RMT vendors repeatedly creating fraudulent recruiting listings in the Party Finder, the following two activities related to the Party Finder have been added to the list of prohibited activities. Reason for update. Until now, when we discovered fraudulent recruitment listings by RMT vendors, blah, 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 however many of these listing directly external websites, meaning an extensive process was required to substantiate allegations of RMT activity, blah, blah, blah. Prohibiting the advertising of RMT services and the creation of recruitment listings in incorrect categories. So advertising offers to help clear content, to help earn loot, etc. via the Party Finder. It is prohibited to advertise using the Party Finder to offer help to clear duties or obtain items, to help people clear raid content or obtain items by helping them join your party. What? Okay, what are the examples? Selling duty. Okay, that's fine. Selling duty. Selling clear. Non-violation. I'm new. Can anyone help me clear? So I have a question here. What is stopping people from just saying, hey, the 7 of us are new. Does anyone want to help? That's literally a sell, just the reverse of it. Help me clear duty and I'll pay you 1 mil gil. That's the same thing. Please note that Square Enix may conduct investigations and issue a penalty in its discretion, even if a report has not been filed. Oh, great. This basically just says, yo, we can ban you for no reason. If you're selling, it's wrong. If you're looking to buy the service, it's not wrong. That's fine, but you cannot get anything back if 7 people are willing to do it for free. No, it's not. No. You guys are misunderstanding. No. You guys are misunderstanding. Once it is common knowledge that if you put in the Party Finder, hello, the 7 of us need a clear. Does anyone want to help? We will pay X amount of money, right? That's obviously a lie. However, the person buying the run can just pay them. What is stopping that from happening? The sellers might get scammed. No, you're completely wrong. You know why you're completely wrong? Because immediately they're going to be like, hi, let's go over strats in Discord. And then the person's going to message them and be like, hey, what's your fucking PayPal? We're not going in until you PayPal us. The sellers will never get scammed. Never. It's literally the same except for reverse. This changes nothing. People are going to get around this. Also, this just makes it to where the buyer can actually be more upfront about it. The buyer can literally put up a Party Finder. I'm new. Can anyone help me clear duty? I'll pay you 10 million gil. Or you could just say like, I'll pay you 100 gil, and the 100 gil could be like $100. You know what I mean? One seller could join and be like, yeah, let me call my friends up real quick. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's other ways too. I'm just saying shit that immediately comes to the top of my head. People already just started to change the wording in PF to coaching. Yeah. What would I do to stop them? There's nothing you can do to stop them. I wouldn't do anything to stop them. I don't think RMT is wrong. I think it's fine. If people want to sell clears, people want to sell clears. If people want to buy content, then they can buy content. People can spend their money on however the fuck they want. I don't give a shit. That's your money. You can play the game however the fuck you want to play the game as long as it doesn't affect me. And you buying clear, I don't give a shit, dude. You can buy fucking clears. I don't give a shit. Now, if I'm in the Party Finder with you and it's very obvious that you bought a clear and the group doesn't replace you and you're constantly wiping us, then either I'll leave or the group's going to replace you. But I'm not gonna like personally like not like you for it. Like I don't really care. My interaction with people online and Party Finder, it's very rarely personal. I don't care if you're bad at the game. I don't care if you're great at the game. I have a very open mind when it comes to people in the Party Finder. But don't I think buying clear devaluates the value of clearing? Not really. Someone buying a clear doesn't devalue my own accomplishment. That's my stance on RMT. If it doesn't affect me, dude, I don't give a shit. You don't care about the activity. You just don't want to be seen advertised everywhere. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. There should just be a different tab in the Party Finder, right? Like you can filter. Party Finder clutter has never been an issue to me. I think that's kind of a weird thing because there's so many different categories. It would be different if the RMT was like in the actual Party Finder of clears, but they're not, right? Oh, they absolutely are. Oh, I guess I just don't notice them then. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I just don't notice them. I just scroll past them. It just doesn't really bother me though. I guess, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm an alien when I play this game, man. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only really, truly open-minded person sometimes. Like, it doesn't even occur to me some of the problems that people say in this game, like that this game have, like selling in Party Finder. It just never occurs to me that that's like a huge issue. If you wanted to see a huge issue of sellers, man, you should have played Classic Ion. You know, it's probably that I'm numb to it. So I'm not saying that those concerns are like not valid. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I don't notice it because maybe I'm numb to it, but I can't tell you that there's not very many sellers in the raid section of the Party Finder. Now, I know there's a lot in other categories, but like I said, I just go in like certain tabs. I don't look in every tab. You know, just because I don't notice it doesn't mean that it's not a problem. I'm just indifferent. Let's see. It is not a violation to ask for help, to offer reward when asking for help, as in the following examples. I do not violate our policy, however, in the example. Okay. You know, I mentioned some suggestions earlier just off the top of my head. But what are people putting in the Party Finder now? Oh, FC recruiting. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so as I mentioned, you can reverse sell. Coaching, all duties, in Dungeon, Discord, help me, or FC recruitment. Okay. Basically, they're trying to get rid of RMT, and it's not going to happen. It'll never happen. RMT is in every MMO, and it's always going to be there. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not saying that they should allow this. I think that selling this type of stuff, it is a little bit back alley kind of stuff, you know? So yeah, if they want to remove it, then that's fine. I'm just saying realistically, you're never going to stop RMT. Oh, you know what? Yo, can you sell a spot in a link shell? You have one seller and you put in the Party Finder, selling spot in link shell, raining Bahamut totems. Join for inquiries. But you're allowed to sell, right? Advertising for the purchase and sale of items. Is it okay to sell a spot in a link shell? It is prohibited to list any of the above in categories other than the other category. So as long as you sell shit in the other category, you're fine. Now, I think this is good. You know, while it doesn't bother me that there's RMT shit in like the, you know, the rating section of the Party Finder, I can see it how it can bother like other people. So this is good. They're basically just saying, hey, move your shit, move your drug trades to across the street. If Square Enix determines that Party Finder listings involve prohibited activities such as attempts to disguise RMT, Party Finder listing will be removed, along with a penalty being issued. Please note that Square Enix may conduct investigations and issues a penalty in its discretion, even if this report is not filed. So this is basically saying at any time, Square Enix can fuck you. All right, nice. Prohibit activities that were previously announced, such as purchasing a housing plot with the intention to... How are you gonna prove this? Can't you just be like, I don't like the location? Oh, so you can actually buy the plot and then the person on the plot, they relocate to a different plot so that you can buy that plot. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Sections regarding prohibited activities that primarily arise from communication-related conflicts have been updated. Until now, prohibited activities were listed without specific details in order to prevent exploitation and abuse of the rules. However, we received feedback suggesting that the lack of detail made it difficult to understand what constitutes as a violation, which could lead to oversensitive reactions to non-violations or violations of the rules despite efforts abide by them. Our rules are established with the intention of allowing players to enjoy the game with peace of mind and were not meant to become a source of anxiety for our players. This is kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Obviously, I'm not everyone's favorite person. I'm not pretending to be, I'm never going to be. But I'm speaking for the players that are 99.9% nice and genuinely want to help people. Now, I do genuinely want to help people, but I'm not nice all the time. A person in this mindset, when you go into the Party Finder, I think it's going to be a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of like stressful situations when you can't even tell someone that they made a mistake. No matter how nice you are about it, you cannot tell them that they made a mistake. And I think that's an issue. As a person trying to genuinely help someone, you might be feeling pressured or stressed that you want to help them, but by helping them, you need to explain to them how they made a mistake. And if they, for whatever reason, don't take that criticism as constructive and they get all butthurt, they can report you. As such, we have made changes with emphasis on clarity. Oh, I fucking hope so. Look at this bullshit. Clarity, huh? Let's talk about clarity for a second. Greetings, Xenosys Vex. I am Master Zeeg whatever. Thank you for responding. Unfortunately, we have confirmed that you made vulgar comments while streaming on Twitch. This violates our material usage. Okay, so you're banning me for vulgar comments. Okay, which stream clip and what did I violate? Sadly, due to our policy, I am unable to directly tell you what particular stream clip. Apologies for any inconvenience. So I really hope that in the future, you provide fucking clarity. Because this is bullshit. How am I supposed to correct a mistake if I don't know what the mistake is? This is fucking nonsense. Then they say, however, we suggest that you review your archived stream clips to ensure no further action on your account. So if you can't tell me what clip or stream, how am I supposed to know what clip? Can you at least give me a date? That would indeed be the case, Pepe laugh. I can definitely see how frustrating this is, Peepo giggle. It must be since we are taking action on your account for it. I am unable to give any direct information about the violation. You're banned, but we're not going to tell you why. How you fix it, how you correct your mistake, that's up to you. You'll figure it out. You're a tough guy. This is so fucking bullshit. So hopefully, by this nonsense here, have made changes with emphasis on clarity. Hopefully this doesn't happen to someone else. An explanation regarding penalty points. These are no points. Penalty points refer to specific point values that are assigned to each type of violation. Obscene, indecent expressions. Ooh, slash whips my dick out and slaps you with it. Is that indecent? Aggressive expressions such as violent language, slander, insults, threats, and vary depending on the severity of the violation. The total sum of these penalty points determines the type of penalty an offender will receive. Penalty points, together with the actual penalty issued, are recorded and will be used to determine the penalties issued for any future violations. Although penalty points were internal information and therefore were not publicly explained until now, we have added an explanation as they are essential in understanding the system of reduction of penalty points. Oh man, I wish that this system was in place during this bullshit. Implementation of a system in which accrued penalty points may be reduced based on the number of days. Okay, so this is really good. So, you go X amount of days without fucking up and, you get a gold star. I think that's good. People forget that content creators, media presences, we're all human, right? We're all pieces of shit, okay? Every single one of us is a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. We're all pieces of shit. It's just some of us are pieces of shit when no one's looking. That's the only difference, okay? Penalties are intended to urge offenders to reflect on their violations and discourage repeat violations. See, this is actually good. No meme, this is good. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how nice you pretend to be. We all have moments of anger. And sometimes in those moments of anger, you call somebody a cocksucker. Sometimes you call them a fucking piece of shit. You know what happens? It happens, okay? And I feel like that during those moments, that might not particularly be who you really are. You're just heated in the moment. So this is good. However, we have confirmed cases where the permanence of past penalty issues led offenders to commit subsequent violations. For example, offenders might think penalties won't go away anyway, so fuck it, and may repeat violations without remorse and commit the same violation again as their remorse fades over time. See, this is true. I want to know if I have a decay period. August 7, 2020. This was over a year ago. Has my shit been decayed? This is the only time I've been banned ever. To better promote reflection and conscious restraint from repeating past violations. Funny thing is I didn't really change anything. I didn't change anything besides making my VOD sub only. I guess I deleted shit. It's kind of hard to reflect on a mistake when they don't tell you what the fuck you did wrong. When this whole thing went down, by the way, people kept saying, oh, he'll get the reason in the email. I didn't. They emailed me the same thing as this tweet. They never told me. I still, to this day, have no idea. Not a clip, not a VOD, not a reason, nothing. To my knowledge, whoever this guy is, I could have just pissed this guy off. Maybe he was in the Party Finder and I called him shit because he fucking died to everything. Or maybe he played Ninja and he fucking fucked up and I called him the Beverly Hills Ninja. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But I can tell you this, that whatever I said or did, it definitely wasn't personal because I wasn't mad about it. So I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, since penalties would lose their significance if they were erased after a short period, penalty points accrued from penalties of the lowest severity, a caution, will not start decaying until at least 1 year has passed. Those involving a temporary service account or more will not to a minimum of 3 to 6 year period. Holy shit. 3 to 6 years. So that means that I have 2 more years. 3 to 6 years actually. So I could have 3 to 5 more years of having this on my account and I still have no fucking idea. So I guess I'm fucked. We believe users who manage to maintain good in-game behavior during this period will not suddenly forget their long-term commitment even if the reduction system completely erases their accrued penalty points. The reduction of accrued points is based on the amount of time that has passed since the last penalty. Therefore, if a subsequent violation is committed before reduction occurs, then the countdown towards a reduction will reset at that point. In addition, this system will not reverse a service account termination. Refer to the account penalty policy for general information regarding decay periods. There are 6 levels of penalty in ascending order of severity: caution, warning, temporary service account. Holy shit! My first ban was this? And the only reason they gave me was vulgarity? I swear to God I was targeted. I didn't say anything in game. 1 away from service account termination. This was my first ban. Again, I understand I'm not going to be everybody's favorite person, but seriously, any person with a working brain, the fact that they didn't give me any evidence, they just said vulgarity, and they gave me 10 days. Dudes, I think that is a bit extreme. I do to this day feel like that I was targeted. I feel like that this was on purpose just for me. They also waited on a server up to issue this. They could have issued this like a couple days before, but they purposely waited. I understand that I'm not going to be everyone's favorite person, but try to remove your emotions towards me, whether if it's good or bad, and think about it from a non-biased perspective. Let's say you go into your work and your manager pulls you in the office and says, hey, we have you on video. You can't do that anymore. And you ask yourself, okay, well, what exactly have I done at work? And then you can't really think of anything completely out of whack. You know what I mean? You're like, well, I guess I did like take an extra smoke break. Well, I guess I did kind of fuck around and kind of not really clean the fucking bathroom when I should have. And then he says, I can't tell you what you did, and I'm not going to, but you're going to be suspended for 10 days without pay. So get the fuck out of here. That is unfair. I really do feel like that this is like completely over the top and absurd for the reason of just simply vulgarity. That's the only thing that I ever heard. I found the email actually. This notice is to inform you that we have suspended the Final Fantasy XIV servicer account registered to this email, 8/7/2020. Based on the actions in this most recent incident and any prior record on the service account, we have suspended the Final Fantasy XIV service account registered to this email in accordance to 14 material usage. The suspension will last a minimum of 10 days, during which time you will be unable to access 14. You will immediately lose access to the service account. However, the actual suspension countdown starts at 0 on the next day of the suspension being issued. Additionally, the service account will be investigated and considered for termination. Considered for termination. This is what I got. The only thing that they gave me was vulgar comments while streaming on Twitch. The suspension will remain in place until the completion of the investigation. Even if this exceeds the 10-day period, to best understand the penalties taken. Go here, the world of Final real world populated usage of all age. We therefore ask. The fact that they can police outside of their own game is a whole other issue that I disagree with, obviously. Let's see, guidelines for videos. The video must not contain racist, sexist, homophobic, or generally offensive content of any kind. This includes graphic violence or sexually explicit content. None of my shit has this. This was the email that I got, and they banned me for 10 days. Hopefully they're more clear in the future. Hopefully. The biggest thing about this is that people thought I was upset that I got banned. I wasn't upset that I got banned. If Square Enix felt that a ban was worthy, it's their game, their decision. I was pissed because they did not tell me why. How can I correct a mistake if I don't know what the mistake is? And I think that that is absolutely fucking insane. I think that is ridiculous. Because of this, I had to delete all of my clips and I had to make my VOD sub only. Caution is the least severe penalty and is issued when a relatively minor violation is confirmed. Warning is a penalty issued for minor violations, which more severe penalty than caution. Temporary service account is a penalty issued with serious violation. There are 3 types: temporary suspension, scope of a temporary suspension, and review process for a service account termination. When a temporary suspension penalty is issued, the suspension will take effect immediately, but the suspension period will be counted from 12 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, that just tells you the same thing in my email. The reason why all of this bullshit is in this fucking game is because too many people think with their fucking emotions and too many people get butthurt. People don't know what an actual problem is. They think being called bad in a video game is an actual problem. No, it's not. An actual problem is not knowing if you're gonna have enough money for rent or food for that week, and you have to like live off of like 2 pieces of bread and 1 slice of bologna. You know, that's a fucking problem.